Are you looking for a podcast about little art cards in your pocket?
Then you must be thinking of another podcast. Oh! Good evening, Kelsey.
Good evening, Robert.
How are you today?
Don't ask.
And I won't make you tell. So let's crack into this, please.
Let's crack into it.
This is my third one today.
Yeah, I've
I've
been
been pounding
staring
them
at
today.
these in the fridge like, oh, I could have 6 or 7 right now.
Okay. Coke. There's Coke. Diet Coke, which is silver.
Yes.
And then there's caffeine free, which is gold, correct?
Yeah.
Was it always Diet Coke caffeine free?
I think so.
I thought it was normal. There was just a caffeine free Coke, but it clearly says Diet Coke and then caffeine free on the gold box now. And I was like,
yeah.
well, now I can't have that because the aspartame fucks me up. Because I loved Coke with the caffeine free. I thought it was just as good.
I never tried. My brother-in-law drinks caffeine free Diet Coke, and I should give it a shot, but I haven't. But do they make a caffeine? They must make a caffeine-free Coke, right? Caffeine.
That's what I thought it was, but when I looked at the store, because, you know, I was like, maybe I want a pretty gold can. I was like, ooh, Diet Coke. Ugh.
Okay,
Can't
so they do
have
have caffeine-free Coca-Cola, and it's like in...
Yes. Okay.
It's like the Coke can, because, you know, Diet Coke has its own specific look about it. It's got that, like, big-ass Times New Roman Coke on it, whereas Coca-Cola has the cursive font.
Yeah.
That, in gold, is caffeine-free Coke.
That's what I thought. Okay. Well, they just don't seem to carry it in the store. Okay, yeah. So there's the plain gold box, but then there is a red with gold lining that is... Okay, see, that's the one that I would want. Okay, so it is there. I just have to try to find it. Because I was thinking, since I do like that one, I was like, if they ever did a caffeine-free Dr. Pepper, I'd love to try that. And then I could definitely not have this 80 resting heart rate, you know?
Maybe I should start drinking caffeine-free, actually. I
Probably
feel like...
should.
Okay, they do have caffeine-free Dr. Pepper.
Fucking where?
Show me a picture of it. Oh, it's kind of the same. Well, that's Diet Dr. Pepper. Hold on. We're on a hunt now, folks. Yeah, okay, so it is caffeine-free Dr. Pepper. It's in a gold can. You should be drinking these.
It is. That's probably what I need to fucking get.
Is your heart rate really at an 80 when you're at rest?
All the time.
Oh my god. We're going to die young, dude. Like, I need to get my heart rate down. I'm at like a 73 right now, but...
But our jimmies are ruffled right now.
Yeah, they really are.
But also, I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, but also, I had 3 Dr. Peppers today, and my pee was totally clear, so that means
Hell yeah.
I'm good, right?
If 23 flavors cleaned you right out.
That means my body's in full, harmony.
Your humors are balanced.
Okay, yeah. I have seen those, but I just don't see them often. I'm gonna have to look for that.
I never see caffeine-free beverages. Is there like a section that we have to go to?
No, it's usually just mixed in with the normal ones.
There was a deal at Kroger,
that's what I want.
And I got 5 packs of Coke.
Oh, you did the fucking buy 2 get 15 free shit? I love that deal. It's
so good. I've been drinking on these for 2 weeks, and I still have 3 whole cases in my pantry.
Dude, if I had a gold can Dr. Pepper, you know how fucking crazy I'd be all the time? I'd be living the high
your
life,
aesthetic and
bro.
everything.
I know. Why can't I get these more? It says they're basically on Amazon, which makes me wonder if it's not made anymore. That's just old ones.
Oh, gross. I hope not.
But I'm on Dr. Pepper's website, and they clearly have a caffeine-free Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
And that is definitely the one that I need. It's everything you love without the caffeine. Where do buy?
Who the hell is drinking Diet Dr. Pepper caffeine-free?
I don't think you need diet and caffeine-free. That's just too many negatives.
I'm saying that right now, but then I'm also going to be purchasing caffeine-free Diet Coke.
That's what I mean. You shouldn't be doing that. That's too many negatives. That's too bad. It's on their website, but it doesn't say where to buy it. So it's probably not that real.
Just buy it direct from them. Don't you have like the Dr. Pepper app or something?
I wish there was I'm in their rewards thing, but
There you go.
anyway. So yeah, definitely had to crack into that real quick before we get into the other meat and potatoes, because this was a spur of the moment. I learned about it today, right before recording.
Okay.
They did the Oscars today.
Yes.
You'd think I would know. I literally just was... The TV was on, and they went, Oscar nominations happened today, and I was like, what the fuck? Where was I?
Been no good movies this year, I feel.
So, from the, like, top nominated ones...
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 of them that I'm like, those were great movies this year.
Okay.
That's about it. So, Wicked up there, of course, with 10 nominations. Beautiful.
Fuck yes.
The Substance has 5 nominations, which is pretty good.
That means there's at least 2 horror movies in the Oscars this year, because Nosferatu is also up there.
With 4, that's a lot.
That's
now,
amazing.
when I read what the 4 are, I was like, yeah.
Okay, let me guess. It's got to be cinematography.
Yep.
Costume?
Yes.
Yes. Best lead actress?
No.
Damn, that would have been too much of a grab.
Yep. You need to stay in that category that you're in now.
Okay.
Like the making of it stuff.
Yeah. Score?
No.
Sound design?
Oh, was it up for sound? No.
Damn.
Surprisingly not.
What else is up there?
Oh, yeah. I wonder what is up there.
Hair and makeup?
Hair and makeup.
Okay.
And then, come on.
I said costume, right?
Your duds. Oh, wait, you did say costume. Yeah. So you got costume.
Costume, cinematography.
Makeup. Oh, no, you said, cinematography. Okay, so where's the other one? Because I know there's another one. 1, 2, 3,
I found it.
4. Oh, production design. So, like, what, sets, right?
Yes. Which...
Okay, cool. Those are good ones. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, production design... What's it up against in production design?
So, for production design, no. Hard no. It's not going to win. It's got Wicked and Dune in there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
Right? Okay. Cinematography, there is Dune, but I mean, the best movie of all time is in the category too, and we'll get there in a second. Or should I go ahead and name that now?
I mean, let's hear it.
Okay, well, I mean, the best movie of all time is Emilia Perez.
Oh, Jesus.
With its 13 nominations.
Yeah.
I mean, there's almost not a category that it's just not in.
That's so weird to me. Like, I never heard of this movie until it was being, like, ripped to shreds on TikTok. And now it's up for 13 Oscars?
Yeah. Now...
That's wild.
Cinematography, I'm going a yes. Dune could. But, like, I'll do Nosferatu. Now, here's the thing. Makeup and hairstyling? Not
Wicked.
going Nosferatu. No. I'm going to go to Substance.
Oh, shit.
Like I said, I know a little bit about the Substance that I can't tell you. But makeup is a big deal.
Okay. See,
and
I haven't
think
watched...
it could be a real contender, that one.
Okay. I know that you and I are both planning to watch The Substance. I can't wait to...
God, I've been dying to watch it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it and then talk about it together.
And then costume design. I was actually a hardcore like, oh, this should get costume design.
For
Hands
Nosferatu?
down. Oh, yeah. The only other one
like...
I would give it to is Gladiator 2. Because, we like our period piece.
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, not really.
The costumes are so good for Wicked.
I mean, yeah. But they're not period enough for most people to care. Because if you do old-timey dresses, you do old school stuff like that, that's what always wins.
Yeah, I feel like Wicked's going to get totally shafted.
You're touching on that.
Year.
Dude, but are you going to fucking sit there and tell me that his big fuzzy coat Is not costume win enough? It's great. No, yeah, Wicked is probably not gonna get a lot.
No.
Because there's just always something else that they will be like, well, that should probably have it. And then Emilia Perez has 2 songs up. I don't recall that you could have 2 songs.
I feel like we need to
You
see
get
this
one
movie
song.
so we can understand.
I really want to, and I've been told that I'm watching that alone. Which is fine. I've suffered through many a movie alone.
Maybe we should watch it together.
We could do that.
Because it feels like a waste of time to watch it apart.
I know, because I will go insane probably watching this movie. But, anyway, so the Oscars have happened. I'm just going to go into Best Picture stuff, I guess. We've got Anora, which I've heard a lot about, and I think we did acquire that one. So we could watch it because I heard very good things. Okay, the Brutalist, I know almost nothing about, but it has fucking Adrian Brody in it, and I want to watch it more than anything.
I think it's about World War II.
Of course it is, because all I was going to say was, haven't you seen The Pianist with Adrian Brody?
Yeah.
Movie fucked me up so bad.
I haven't seen it because I know it will fuck me up.
Bro. Oh my
God,
God, it messed with me. It's so good.
Cry.
Oh, it's so good. There's one scene that I can think of where I was just like, that dude is a master. It's insane. Oh, The Pianist, I have seen it the one time.
I think
never had interest in watching it again.
Yeah, that's probably all you need.
Yeah. But, so yeah, The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, don't know. Conclave is the like, Pope clergyman movie thing.
Okay, yeah.
Dune, Emilia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, which I was just talking to you about earlier, because I saw cinematography for that in the trailer, thought it looked cool.
Yeah.
Substance and Wicked.
Okay.
Dude, Wicked's gonna be like my Spider-Man at the Game Awards. Like, while everything about it is so good, something is gonna barely excel in every category.
Yeah, I think so.
And the fact that it couldn't be up, like, it doesn't have a song in there.
I was just browsing through. I actually watched, I didn't put this in our topics to talk about, but I watched this movie last night, A Real Pain. Have you heard of this one?
No.
So Kieran Culkin is nominated for actor in a supporting role for this, and
I know that he's been up. I love that dude.
I love Kieran Culkin. He's one of the greatest actors of our time, and I think he is really underrated. And it was a really good movie. Like, so it's Jesse Eisenberg, who I think wrote and directed it and stars in it, because why not?
He sure did.
And he plays Kieran Culkin. They're like cousins that used to be really close, like brothers, and then have drifted apart, and their grandma dies, so they decide to go like to Poland, where she had lived, and see the concentration camp where she was kept. And it is a pretty tough watch at some points. And it's just like the two of them dealing with their grief in separate ways, and just who they are as people coming out throughout the whole thing. It's really good. It's definitely worth a watch. It's a short one, 90 minutes in and out, and I think it's really effective.
Okay. So the only thing that really got was the supporting actor one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'd still watch
And Kieran Culkin does act his face off in this movie. I mean, every single thing he does, I think he's always putting 125%.
And then Best Original Screenplay. Okay. Interesting. Well, I will find that one then.
Yeah, it was streaming on, I think, Max. So.
Yeah, it says right here it's on the Hulus.
There you go.
I'll go check it out. So yeah, that was a thing. I just heard about that. So I thought I'd mention it real quick, but I wanted to talk to you specifically about those SteelSeries Game Buds.
Yes, the things in my ears right about now.
So you got it, and then I advised several other people to get them, to which they did, and that made me more jealous. So while they had theirs shipped, I just went straight to Best Buy and bought a pair outright.
Perfect.
And and never really played a game. I like put them in and like played a game to just see how like the headphones worked, and I was like, yeah, they sound good. But I was like, I want to play like with people and see how like the microphone works.
Yeah, I haven't used the mic on them.
Yeah, so right before, well, you wouldn't need to.
Yeah, I just used my desk mic.
You got a mic, yeah. So Haley had played with them right before. She's one of the people that bought them, and I was like, yeah, I still haven't
more than
tested
one
them.
person.
I've tried, but only one has bit. So
okay.
She was playing and had a horrible time.
Why?
Horrible time. She was like, nobody could hear me. I couldn't hear the game by the end of my session.
Why?
I just had a bad time. And so I was like, well, I can't get mine to plug into the computer to update, so maybe I'm going to have the same trouble. So hopped in a game. We were doing Helldivers. Yeah, we recently got back into Helldivers, trying out the weird zombie people stuff. That shit's fucking scary, dude. It's nuts. It's a crazy time. Nobody could hear me.
Really?
Nobody can hear me. So I cranked up the microphone on the PlayStation. They were like, it's not much better. You have to go into the app on your phone and increase the mic sensitivity. So that's a
caveat.
That's a technicality step. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a caveat. I was like, okay. And they were like, yeah, that sounds much better. Great. I was like, cool. I couldn't figure out how to turn them up for the longest time because I was like, I wish I could turn these up.
Honestly, I still haven't figured mine out because, like, okay, so the box that it comes with, it says tap and hold. And I did the, like, tap once and then hold it, and nothing happened. And then you researched and told me to tap and then also tap again and hold. So tap twice, hold.
And guess what?
What?
You just said that was on the box.
Yeah, it's literally on the box of the headphones.
And my step came from their website. So we both got our information from them, from SteelSeries themselves.
Yeah. But both of those methods haven't worked for me. Like, I can't increase the volume on these things. I've just been like...
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So in the app itself, I can go in and, like, manually adjust the sliders for everything. So that's fine.
Okay.
But if I'm just, like, listening on my computer, there's some things that I listen to that don't come through loud, and I don't know why. But I just need to play around with it and get a feel for it.
Oh, that could be. So remember I told you that I put the sonar on these, just my normal SteelSeries ones. And I have you set to the chat, because I have you set to like a broadcast version, so you come in like a little brighter just for me listening, right? Well, when I would go to edit, and I'd put our theme song in the beginning, I could like never hear it.
Yeah.
Because in the chat sonar, it reduces audio sound to your ears and only picks up on vocals better. So when I turned sonar off, everything sounded totally normal again.
Okay, that's probably what's going on. So
it could be a sonar problem.
Okay.
Could be, but I don't know. Now your volume, I really don't know, because I turned it all. I did tap, tap, hold. Doop, 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 and I could hear it go up. I hit the max, and then we played Helldivers. Life was good. Everyone could hear me. They said I sounded great, and I was like, yeah. It's pretty quiet. It's turned up all the way, and I feel like it's just not punchy, you know?
Yeah.
Like I've played in other SteelSeries, and it's punchy, and I usually have to turn it down a little bit.
Right. Like my SteelSeries headset, like, if you turn it above 30%, you go deaf.
Yeah. So then we went to record, and I could not for the life of me get them to connect to this damn computer. I cannot get them to show up in the fucking app. I can't do it.
I had a time getting mine connected to the app and the computer. It was rough, but I eventually made it happen.
I can't figure it out still. So I went, oh, bright idea. I'm just going to get on Taylor's laptop. She's never used SteelSeries at all. So it'll just be like it's a fresh thing.
Yeah.
Literally, like, just as I go to plug in the dongle thing, right? I'm like just about to get in. It's like, oh, the SteelSeries buds? It immediately picked them up, no problem.
It's so strange.
And I was like, okay, cool. I'll go ahead and update their firmware because the app keeps telling me that I should, but I don't want to because I heard that the noise canceling gets fucked up in the new update. But I was like, well, I don't use it, so who cares? So I was like, well, maybe I would use it if it worked, maybe due to the update. Well, let's just do it. So I update it, right?
Yeah.
I go to check out the noise canceling. The whole thing was when you would turn on noise canceling, there would be like an audible, like high-pitched whine. So people were like, it ruins the experience because now there's just like tinnitus in my ears, you know?
Yeah, that's a bad experience.
So I turned on noise canceling. Nothing happened. No noise, no nothing. I was like, oh, cool. But I still hear everything outside, so it's clearly a feature that's not working well. So I just turned it off and went, good. The update didn't fuck that up, right?
Yeah.
Then I hop back on the PlayStation, and I am deafened. Absolutely deafened. The update, maybe before the update, there was like an audio limiter on it, because I had to turn it down like 3-4 clicks to sound very good.
Okay.
So now they're immaculate. They hear me perfect. I hear everything perfect. They are great. Good. But upon out of the box, that's a good 50%. Like, it was not that great. I wasn't into them.
Yeah, it's definitely not an out of the box headset. You need to tweak it and do stuff in the app to make it like work the way you want it to, which is a different experience from the other SteelSeries headset, which was really just plug and play. But
absolutely.
I'm still
Which makes me wonder if the buds were like rushed out. You know
I don't know. I feel like SteelSeries is pretty late to market with buds because, I mean, AirPods have been around since the fucking dawn of time now. And every iteration that comes out is just trying to be like the next AirPod. So they're not like, I don't think they're in direct competition with anyone. They could have had time to sit on this and, you know, perfect them before getting to shelves, but maybe they want to do that for holiday.
I'm never gonna replace my Yabras with them. Like, I would never use them for my phone to listen to music.
Yeah,
because they're not as punchy. They're not as good. Even with that update, they're still okay.
I would like to try these out for a phone call because I haven't done that yet, and I use the Yabras for phone calls.
Yeah, I haven't done a phone call with the SteelSeries.
These are just basically like my podcasting and my gaming headphones.
Yeah, those for me right now are specifically for the PlayStation. That's the only thing they're used for me. And I love them for that. Dude, good. Not having something to sit on your glasses for a gaming session is phenomenal. That's amazing.
Fantastic. I have free range of motion with my head. Like,
yes.
It's game changer.
I know. You get to touch your ear while we podcast now. You can
I get to brush my hair behind my ears and stuff.
Yeah, like I can't adjust my glasses when we podcast, like because they're locked in place by these, so I have to get them perfect before we ever start.
There was always
they're locked in.
Dent in my head post podcast because of the glasses. Like they just squeeze in there. Don't like that.
Here we are, 5 years in, but I'll tell you, every time we get done and I take these off, I gotta scratch the sides where the glasses were pressed in, super hard.
It's hard to be a nerd, guys.
I know.
I went to the eye doctor today and I got a new prescription. It didn't change very much, which I'm happy about. But then, like, the whole conundrum of purchasing glasses, I don't want to do it.
I can't wait to do that because I hate these.
Do you?
I hate these glasses so much, and I thought I was doing such a cool thing because I was like, I'm part of Costco now. I'm gonna get Costco glasses. Their glasses selection sucks. These are huge. These are monstrous glasses, and I have never been the person that has to fucking do this thing, finger in the middle and push them up.
Yeah,
I do that shit all the fucking time now. I can't stand it, dude. My eyes are in the top third of this lens. All of this lens is wasted.
That is a lot of lens below your eye line.
I know. I hate it so much. They're so big. These get so dirt. Like, I had to change how I clean glasses because these would never get clean.
No.
I had to quit using those wipes. They don't work.
Really?
They don't work on these.
Your famous wipes?
Yeah. I don't fucking walk around with them no more. They're pointless now. So anyway, I need glasses, but I'm going to go to an ophthalmologist.
Oh, why?
Not an optometrist.
What's that do?
Because an ophthalmologist is the one you would need to see to they check your eyes' health, not just your vision.
Oh. What do they do
So
different?
I want to check, I don't know. They do a lot. So they would find out more about like glaucoma or other weird things, but that's who you would need to see to really be like, is LASIK on the table?
Okay.
So I'm going to go to an ophthalmologist because I would like to know if LASIK's on the fucking table.
Yeah, I mean, it should be for you. And then you can get it and you can tell me all about it and convince me to do it.
You should do. You got someone in the other room that can tell you to do it.
He did the scary version when they drill a hole in your eyeball, and I don't want that. Yeah.
No.
No. Yeah. I would never, ever do what he had to do.
So, I'm blind a little bit from hearing about that. Anyway. I had looked up a blade-free one that's all laser.
Yeah.
But, so, do you remember I know I've talked about this, but just, to bring it up again. Do you remember Toboscus? He was the guy on YouTube that did the literal trailers.
Yeah.
Okay. He just surprised us one day. Like, I hadn't watched him in years, but one day a video came across my feed, and I can find the video. I mean, it's years old at this point. But he just, like, walked in and got LASIK, and he had somebody film it. So you're, like, watching him get LASIK.
Yeah, that's nuts. I don't want
Which
to
was
see
great. But you could get a sense of, like, in real time, what is that person actually going through? What would I be going through? Would I be that scared? And after watching his video, I'm, like, 0% scared. I'm ready to go get fucking LASIK.
Yeah.
And his was the one where they do, like, the tiny... and they do the flap.
Yeah, that's gross.
But you don't... I mean, but, like, you don't know.
Yeah.
But,
I would know.
Watching him do it, and not just, like... I mean, they were, like, showing... Like, somebody was, like, showing, like, what the guy sitting there, like, doing the procedures doing.
Mm-hmm.
How they're, like, literally having a conversation. They were having a conversation, like,
I
normal.
wouldn't like that. Be like, doctor, shut the fuck up and do the thing with my eye.
Well, it was more Toboscus talking, because he was also on, like, 3... why can't I think of the word? Starts with an X. No.
Xanax.
That's the one. I was like, Xandax? I was adding a D that didn't belong there.
Xandax.
I was like, what the fuck is Xandax? That sounds horribly wrong.
It's our alien overlords.
But yeah, they basically gave you 2 of those. He goes, I came in to ask a question, but they had a random opening, so they handed me 2 Xandax. And, like, I'm getting it right now. So they basically just gave it to him. He went in and got it. It was done in, like, 15 minutes. 15 minutes of your time. But it's 15 minutes. That's not a lot of time.
I know, but it's so much could go wrong.
I mean, it could. Well, then I was watching, like, other videos at that time.
Yeah.
And I saw one of, like, a back alley one somewhere. And
No.
that was terrifying. Yeah, it was bad. So anyway, I just want to LASIK's on the table. I will already convince you, but here's the thing, though. You're never going to be free of glasses. Because when you get LASIK, you're going to wind up needing readers at some point. Which bugs me, because that's the only thing my eyes are good at. And you're going to tell me I'm going to get rid of glasses and now I can't see this close up anymore? That sounds stupid.
They tested me for bifocals for the first time, I think now, because I'm 35.
Oh.
Yeah, they had this little, like, tiny sheet that they hung on the end of the, like, that apparatus that you get put in that's, like, 1,000 lenses on your eyeballs. They had, like, a stick that hung out from the front of that, like a where you would put a carrot for a mule, and they stuck that, like, tiny line of text on it, and she was like, tell me when you can't read it anymore, and just, like, slowly brought it toward my face, and I was like, it's good the whole way. She was like, cool, all right.
All right,
so I don't need readers.
Bifocals for you.
Not yet.
Do you know? So, because I've told you, like, my mom I think she got, like, a cataracts thing done.
Uh-huh.
but they like put a lens in her eye that she basically doesn't need glasses now. So she has like fucking bifocals built into her eye now.
Bionic mom.
I can't stand to look her in the eyes because I see the lenses moving in there.
No.
It changes the light sometimes. Like she'll be sitting there and it's like idle screen animation just swaying in there. I'm like, oh, it scares the shit out of me. But she's like, I can see stuff though. So I'd like to know if LASIK's on the table.
Yeah.
All because of wearing headphones and it makes my head hurt from glasses.
We're off on a tangent.
I know.
Back to the topic list.
Okay.
I went to dinner the other night because it was my 7th anniversary with my husband. Yeah. Can you believe that Richard and I have been together for 17 years?
It's a long time.
It's a long time. Our relationship can almost vote.
Your relationship can graduate high school.
Yeah. We've been together for nearly half of our lives. Definitely half of his. Almost half of mine. That's fucking crazy. But yeah, it was our anniversary, so we went to dinner. We didn't know where to go until the last second. We just started asking for recommendations, and one of our friends' girlfriend was like, well, I went here like a while ago. You should try this place. It was called Andreas Prime Steak and Seafood. It's in Allen.
Okay.
And I'm just putting it out there because this place was fucking amazing, and I would love everyone to go to it if you have the opportunity. It is expensive, but it is worth it if you're celebrating something because, oh my God, it was delightful. So
okay,
they had Richard has always wanted to try beef Wellington, and
okay,
it has always piqued my interest too. I wouldn't eat a whole one, of course, but I wanted a bite. So he got the beef Wellington. I got myself a bouillabaisse, which I was thrilled about because of fucking Dreamlight Valley. Yeah, I would always make the bouillabaisse, and I always wanted to try it, and now I have gotten to try it, and it was incredible. I had the best scallops I'd ever had in my entire life. There were only 2 of them in this bowl, but I savored every little bit of it.
Okay.
But the food was actually huge. There were 2 scallops, but there were 5 shrimps, and they were the biggest shrimp I'd ever seen in my whole existence. They shouldn't make shrimp that big. They were huge, like the size of my palm, stupidly big shrimp.
Okay.
So there were 5 of those bad boys in there, and then a piece of lobster and some crab, and then also 2 entire fillets of fish, and it was all just sitting in this beautiful broth. So I only got to eat a third of it before I was super full. But it was super delicious, and I got leftovers to take home. And for dessert, so I had mentioned to the waitress, she was like, "Oh, are you guys celebrating anything?" And I was like, "It's our anniversary." And she was like, "Great." And they brought us out. Great. They brought us a piece of cake at the end of it, a big chocolate mousse cake, and it was for free, and I was very happy about that.
Oh,
I like free
nice
stuff, but also it had a 2-foot firework in it.
Okay.
I'm not even kidding. It was 2 feet tall. And I see this thing come out of the kitchen. I thought there was a fire because it was
oh my God,
suddenly so much brighter in this restaurant. She comes around the corner.
A Roman candle sticking out of the top of that
yeah,
thing?
it was huge. It was gigantic, 3 times taller than the cake. And she brings it over to the table and sets it down in front of us. And it just kind of stands by while it's burning, making sure, it doesn't catch fire or go anywhere. And I was like, do we need to blow it out or something? And she's like, nope, it just is going to go.
Oh, no, we just have to stand here for 5 minutes.
It was so long. The amount of time that she just stood there, and we just kind of watched the cake sparkle. We were just okay, this is great. It's very pretty. I would love to eat it.
Do you have the little candle cap thing? Can you just turn this off now?
Sparking so high. The candle itself was 2 feet, and then the sparks were shooting another 3 feet in the air. This thing was a spectacle. The restaurant was staring. It was huge. So, and eventually
you could have at least done the whole Texas Roadhouse, they've been, hey everybody, and make a to-do instead of just
she just sat there with her hands folded in front of her, waiting, watching. It's this is amazing.
That's
Thank
the
you.
most boring celebration, yet the scariest celebration at the same time.
Yeah, it was thrillingly boring. But it was honestly a really great time. We had a really fun dinner, and I enjoyed every bit of it. So if you guys get the chance, not sponsored, just passionate, visit Andreas Prime Seafood and Steak or whatnot.
Nice.
It was such a good time.
It sounds like you guys kind of did like what I've always wanted to do. Like I always wanted lamb,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
could go get lamb, but I wanted like what I considered real lamb.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like good
So, like,
lamb.
You can go get a beef Wellington, but like you want a beef Wellington.
Yeah,
You know
and
what I
his
mean?
beef Wellington was fucking huge and delicious. It was like
Yeah.
it was like a whole ass steak. Beef Wellington, like they do that log basically and they cut
Yeah.
off pieces. I thought they were just gonna have a log and like saw off a piece for him in the back, but they like a bespoke beef Wellington came to the table for us.
Yeah.
Like a whole steak wrapped in pastry and stuff. It was awesome.
Because I'm looking at a picture of this place and that beef Wellington. This is where I would try it.
Yeah. You should
So, like,
definitely do that.
What's the place where they do the meat at the table? Saw it off for you. Texas Day Brazil.
Yeah.
That's where I had my lamb because I figured, all right, that's legit lamb, right?
It is.
And I will say, that lamb was delicious. That shit was good.
I love Texas Day Brazil.
Oh, that was so good. But good. All right, I'm gonna keep that one on the docket because it does say Valentine's Day menu right there. So
Yeah, and I bet that would
You
be
know.
a really good time.
plus it's like 10 minutes away from me.
Yeah, it's not that far actually.
Like it's right there. I could get there. Before we go to our break, just wanted to give you a little update on my book reading.
Yes.
Because I'm trying to do the books. So, give you an idea of where I'm at, but also I've been just kind of getting recommendations. And there's one that I figured I'd go ahead and share with you as well.
Okay.
So, I am halfway through Berserk as of right now.
Yes.
I'm on volume 7 of the 14 that there are. I have rated every single one a 5 out of 5, except for this last one, the 6th one. It was like a 4. It was still fine, but I was like, this one is actually the first one that I'm like, this isn't that enthralling.
Okay.
I'm getting a little bored with this one. I fell asleep reading it a couple times. I was like, okay, I know you're setting stuff up, but let's get there. It's taking a long time.
Yeah.
These are 900 pages a piece. Let's go.
My God.
So doing that, but they have red foil on them.
Oh.
And that's how like the cover's written. This is like
Yeah.
foil work, right?
Right. Like
I
embossed.
picked it up today and I scuffed the foil off of one of the letters.
Oh.
Yeah, I made a boo-boo on this S right here.
Oh,
and
dang.
I'm so very sad.
Yeah.
But Mary was like, I can fix it. I'll just buy foil and do whatever I'm supposed to do. I was like, okay, I trust you.
Okay.
But so I've been asking people at work, what's your favorite book? What would you have me read? Right?
Mhm.
And no one's giving me their favorite book. They're just giving me a thing to read.
Okay.
So actually one of them is Ready Player One.
Okay, that was a good book actually. I like that
I was
book.
like, I guess, okay.
The movie was
I'll read it.
fine. It was not that great. The book is very good. I think you would enjoy it.
So that's on the list. But then I heard about this one. So I talked to someone else, and they don't really read fiction.
Okay.
So it's not really a story. So he's like, I'll just give you this one. It's a motivational book of sorts, I guess. Right? And I was like, okay, fine. It's called Pound the Stone.
Okay.
And he's like, to give you just an idea of like the point, let's say you were hitting a rock. Those first 99 hits don't really do anything, but then that 100th strike, that's when you crack the rock, right?
Yeah.
But that 100th strike is not really what cracked the rock. You couldn't have cracked it with just that one. You still needed the other 99.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was like, that's a good concept. Okay, cool. Maybe I'll get it. So there's a book called Pound the Stone. If you guys want a little, I don't know, motivational book kind of like that, that's a good concept. That's a good one to keep in the back pocket. I do like that,
Yeah.
You can't crack a stone with one hit. There is one that eventually will, but you can't crack it with just that one. All those other 99 were still essential before that could crack. I was like, I like that.
Good shit.
That was good. So that's on my list. Nobody else really given me any, but me and Taylor are about to go to Barnes & Noble.
Hell yeah.
And buy every dystopian book that they have.
I don't want to read dystopian stuff right now. As much as I
have to.
love...
We have to be ready. So she's going to read Fahrenheit 451, which is my favorite book.
I love that book.
And we didn't read this in school, but I'm going to get 1984.
Yeah, definitely get
and
that
read
one.
that
That's
one.
a
I
good book too.
haven't read that. I remember things about it, you know.
Yeah,
from
I don't
school,
remember.
But I don't think I ever read it fully.
I read it, but I don't remember a lot of it because it was so long ago. I was looking up.
Maybe it's time for a refresher.
One of my favorite books that I read as a kid. I remember reading this a lot, so I couldn't tell you what it's about these days.
But it's your favorite book.
Yeah, so it's called
As
The
a kid,
Fledgling, and it's by Jane Langton. So it's about this little girl who's named Georgie, and I remember the book being about, like, she meets a goose. Like, she's kind of an outcast little girl, doesn't have a lot of friends. I kind of related to her, which is why it was my favorite book. But she meets... Like, she just wants to fly. Like, that's the one thing that she wants in life. She's like, if only I could fly. And she meets a goose, like a Canadian goose, that tries to teach her how to fly. And everyone around her is, like, trying to stop her to learn from flying. And I kind of want to read it again as an adult. Because from a kid's perspective, I was like, she should learn how to fly. She learns from this goose. But from an adult perspective, I'm wondering, like, is it about a mentally ill child? I just don't know. Does she not know how to... Is she going to jump off the roof and not learn how to fly?
Exactly. That's where I was going.
Yeah.
Interesting. The Okay.
Like, I remember the book pretty well, but I remember it in my kid mind, you know? I want to read it as an adult, to have the adult experience of it.
We've definitely talked about that kind of stuff before, you know, how you can watch something... somebody said this to me, and I brought it up on the show, but it was like, I've watched it, but I haven't seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can watch a movie, but you didn't see it. You know what I mean? Because, like, there's been movies on maybe in the background, or, I watched it as a kid, and then I watch it now, and I'm seeing it. You know? So, I think it's the same principle here. Like, you know it, but, like, maybe you need to see this one. You know? Okay, I'm going to put this on my list as well.
Listeners, write in with your favorite books.
Yeah, give us your favorite book, because I am definitely reading. My next thing after Berserk is this book called Rabbits. That's one that Taylor just read. It's called Rabbits. It's supposed to be pretty mindfucky, from what I understand. A deadly underground game might just be altering reality itself in this all-new adventure set in a world from the Rabbits podcast. Oh, it's actually based off of podcast.
Oh, I know that podcast. It was recommended to me a while ago. It's kind of no sleepy.
Well, I guess they wrote a book from one of the stories.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I downloaded that show and then I never listened.
Well, maybe you read the book and then you get into the show.
Yeah.
Do you remember that movie Nerve?
Sort of.
With Emma Roberts and Dave Franco?
Yeah. With Dave?
Okay.
The young one. Yeah, Dave.
Yeah, the young one. Taylor said it was like that, but like deadlier.
Okay.
And Nerve is a great fucking movie, so.
I haven't seen it, but I remember previews and I always wanted to.
Oh, Nerve is phenomenal. It's a good movie. But anyway, write us in with books, because I'm definitely going to be having books on the show more as we go.
Cool.
It's hard to talk about Berserk because it's hard to talk about fucked up shit.
The content.
Yeah,
Berserk.
a little bit. Oh, I'm actually reading another book right now. I'm actually listening to a book right now.
What is it?
I forgot. So we're driving into work, and my mom was like, well, we should listen to a book series. So we're listening to a book to and fro from work.
Okay.
It's the Stephen King book, Mr. Mercedes.
Okay, I haven't heard of that one.
Okay, you might like it. Let me set you up with the thing, and then we'll hit break. It is... Okay, so the opening of the book is a bunch of people trying to go to a job fair because like this whole city just has like a bunch of people with no jobs, right?
Okay.
So they're all waiting outside. You're just getting like the interactions that people are having, and then somebody drives a Mercedes into that crowd of people.
Okay.
And it just like
fucking
cuts,
timely.
right? And then it cuts to the detective that was on that case, who's now retired, and that's like the one thing that he never solved.
Okay.
And one night he's going through the mail, and the guy that drove the car writes him a letter taunting the fact that he never got caught. So now he kind of like comes back into the game to find this guy.
I would read that.
Oh, you would watch it? There's 3 seasons on Peacock.
Oh, shit.
And it's a trilogy of books.
Okay.
So I found the show from Mom and went like, all right, as of season 3, did we get through the book? She's like, yeah, so season 3 is like halfway through book 2.
Wow.
So she's like, okay, so this whole book is on here. She's like, I'm going to watch this show. She loves this Mr. Mercedes trilogy. It's like one of her favorite things. So
nice.
It is pretty good so far. He's like just now really started to like dig into old people and like re-listen to things that they're saying, because he's like trying to piece it all together now. And so it's telling the story from him and the guy that did it. And so you're getting like a back and forth of, I'm trying to re-find him and I'm trying to fuck with this detective.
Okay.
And you're getting both sides. And I wonder where that shit's going to meet.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. So yeah, that one I'm actually in right now. We're about a fourth of the way done.
Okay.
So I'll keep you updated on that one.
Sweet.
So I guess with that, you want to hit a break?
Let's hit a break.
Oh, you think you know what happened to me? Look, I'm back, and I'm about to unearth all the secrets in Old Cove. So do a little refresher on Season 1 and get caught up before Season 2 arrives. Trust and believe. You don't want to miss what's coming.
Welcome to Severed, a podcast suite that offers a rotation of content centered around true crime to paranormal cases. Severed True Crime covers high to low profile true crime cases like the Westfield Watcher, The Staircase, The Keepers, and other binge-worthy favorites on Netflix. Severed Paranormal peers into the corner-moon windows of the Amityville Horror House, the Conjuring House, and other mysterious cases, locations, and urban legends.
I'm Harry Chambers.
And I'm Drew Hudson. We want you along for this investigative and haunting roundup. Scare you soon.
Okay, I've been watching some television recently, and I have one thing that I want to recommend and one thing I want to recommend with a caveat. So let's start with the caveat one first. It is a documentary on Netflix called Buy Now, The Shopping Conspiracy.
Okay.
Watch this, but
I want to watch more documentaries.
That was a goal of mine this year, is I want to watch more documentaries. I want to get more learned about especially historical things, like not just stuff that's happening right now, but I feel like I don't have a lot of knowledge of history.
We have to keep in mind where we're getting these because remember, I watched a documentary about one soccer player, a Mr. David Beckham, just to learn all of it was fucking fake. So I don't know that I can trust documentaries even.
Yeah, like that's kind of how I feel about this one. So it was it was good. I liked it, and I feel like it was well researched, but it definitely had a message that it was trying to push, and I know that it's right.
Okay.
The trouble that I'm having with it is that it was so heavy to watch, and like I caution against it because it made me feel kind of hopeless and helpless, and I don't want people to feel like that. But
that's our world right now.
I know.
You're going to feel that way with or without this. So you might as well just go into it.
I know. Yeah. It's on Netflix. And it was short enough.
Before you say that, did you see Netflix is raising their prices again?
Fucking again? To what?
Yeah.
I'm already paying an arm and a leg. God damn it.
Okay, so all the lower ones are $1 more, and the 4K plan is $3 more.
Jesus.
Is what I heard.
What the fuck?
So that would put it at like $27 or some shit.
Why?
I don't know.
It's so expensive. Whatever. They got me
Dang,
by the
so-
balls. So, the documentary, anyway, it is about the rise of consumerism, not just in the U.S., but worldwide. Specifically in the U.S.
Okay.
for this documentary, because everybody that they interviewed was from the U.S.
Okay.
They talked to the, not CEO, like some really important people at like big companies. So they had like a person from Amazon, and she was one of like the early workers at Amazon. She, got in kind of on the ground floor and was like buddy with Jeff Bezos in the beginning, like before he went kind of insane.
Okay.
And it was about how like she was the person who was in charge of kind of driving not more traffic to the site, but like making the site necessary for all people. So like we have jeans on Amazon. What's to prevent us from having shirts? What's to prevent us from having books? Why can't we have kitchen gadgets? Why can't we have children's toys? Why can't we have food? Like she was in charge of kind of expanding the horizons of what Amazon could do and like inventing. She had this metaphor of like when they would go into a conference room, they would talk about like how to make the product more magic. So what would this do if it was magic? Like if it was magic, it would just travel from wherever it is in a box straight to you in your home, and you wouldn't have to do anything about it, and it would just be there for you. It would open itself and just jump into your bed, So it was just about like driving innovation to make Amazon not only indispensable to everybody, but as cheap and efficient as possible. So she was like seeing all of the stuff that Amazon kind of grew to do over the course of however long, and reconciling with the fact, like her friends were telling her, Amazon's this big giant company, they're doing all this horrible shit, and you work for them, like you're kind of high up there. Are you doing anything about it? Because
she's like, I did these things.
Yeah. She said that she really had like trouble living with herself because of all the shit that she had done with Amazon for Amazon. So
this movie's just gonna really solidify how I already feel about them.
Yeah.
And why
it's not
I will
just
not use
Amazon.
them.
It's about like every industry, but specifically for Amazon, she said that it was she got to see like a warehouse where stuff gets returned to, and there was just like endless amount of product that they can't use, and it just goes like straight to a landfill, and sometimes it just gets returned because the person didn't want it anymore, And there was also stuff that was like, it was the product that they couldn't sell it, and it was going out of style or something, and instead of donating it somewhere, like donate all these clothes to a shelter, donate all these toys to Toys for Tots, give them to children, they were like, no, it's actually just cheaper and more efficient for our business to just burn it all. So they're just taking unopened product.
Didn't you tell me about that like a year or two ago already? Like
maybe
that was happening at some point, and you were like, what? Oh, they did it with Funko Pops, remember?
Yes, yeah, they had the whole landfill of Funko
did
Pops.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's what it was.
So that's just
exactly
like
Amazon, but okay.
Yeah, it's just that kind of on a mass scale. And it talks about, how a lot of businesses at Panda Express, they have to mix all the food together at the end of the night so nobody wants it, and then stuff it in a dumpster. And then at Starbucks, they were being forced to open all the pastries and then pour wet coffee grounds on them even a day before they were expired, instead of giving them to a local shelter or something. Like, just exorbitant waste.
What does GameStop do? They do something where like...
Oh, they like take a knife to CDs that they can't sell anymore.
Yeah, and they literally just like break them.
Yeah, and
so that they're just pointless now.
Yeah, it's crazy the amount of stuff. Like there was a woman on there who was a TikTok influencer, like kind of an accidental influencer, because she was just talking about how she was dumpster diving and found like a bag full of Marc Jacobs purses that had all been slashed through because that's what the employees are told to do. You can't sell it, just destroy it. And that's an absolute waste of product. Like, it's not only just a waste of the product itself, but all the materials and pollution that went into creating the product. So it really just like makes you fucking think about all the shit we consume, all the stuff we buy, and why we're buying it. Like, it made me sick to just think about like all the stuff that I have that I don't need, but I have it, but at least it's not in a landfill somewhere. But like, why do I have it in the first place? It was really making me spin into a deep dark hole. So I recommend it, but at the same time, it was a tough watch just for the fact that it like made me think too much about my life. And
but that's a
I
good
feel
thing.
like
We
it
need
is.
to
I
do
mean,
that.
I feel like I'm pretty not austere with the things that I own. Like I have things that simply just bring me joy, but I don't overconsume. I think I'm pretty good about that. Like I'm still rocking the same phone that I had 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Because there's like 12 million phones produced every fucking day, and the old ones can't be repaired or reused. So where are they going? Just going to landfills, and they're full of heavy metals and toxic chemicals, and they're leaching shit into the soil. And it really, seeing the scale of it, like they show you a lot of places, like, you know, the Amazon return warehouse. They show you a beach in fucking, I think it was South Sudan or somewhere, that it was just like they had too much clothing that was sent to them, so it just like is on the beach.
Okay.
The ocean is just full of clothes.
Yeah.
It's just fucking crazy. So
I will say, I know that my thing was Funko Pops. I mean, that was the one that like it really served no other function
yeah,
than to be seen. Like buying DVDs, that's different because I mean you do use them. Like it is a storage of sorts, you know.
yeah,
So I don't consider that bad, but I mean that is what kind of led me to not buy Funkos anymore. Was that well, it was that and like, oh, you gotta dust these, you know.
yeah.
But like that was definitely my pointless product for sure, hands down. Funko
Yeah.
Pops, and that's why I still love them. And I see that's why I'm really into the trading card game pocket thing, because I can have all the fucking Pokemon cards, but I don't actually have 18 Pawniards. I have a carbon footprint of Pawniards instead.
There you go.
So it's like a little better, you know. There's not as much waste
Yeah.
in a digital collecting of it. Okay, well, I definitely want to watch that one, because I mean, sometimes you got to see that shit, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's the shit that I like. Like, it is a hard truth, but it is a thing that we could change, and it would change the planet.
Yeah. It was very eye-opening. But like I said, it was just, I knew it had a message that it was trying to drive, and seeing all that shit together at once really drove the message home, and it didn't bring me any hope of like, but here's some initiatives that some companies are doing, and here's like some good things. So
I see what you're saying. Yeah, it didn't go like, but here's this guy doing this.
Yeah.
It just went, doesn't this suck?
Yeah. So that's that. But this other show, this one's a full-throated recommendation. You guys can go ahead and watch this one. It's called Kevin Can Fuck Himself. And
I do know about this show.
I enjoyed it thoroughly. I just marathoned it in the span of a few days. I had started it a while ago and liked it, but it just kind of like fell off my radar, and then I picked it up again and was like, why did I stop watching this show? And just really watched the rest of it. So
yeah,
it's so good. It's got Annie Murphy in it, who was from Schitt's Creek, and
she's just a little bit Alexis.
Exactly. I was just so happy to see her get another role, because I'm like, this actress actually can do something, you know, like she's a good actress. And the character of Alexis, I think people kind of took for like, oh, that's just who she is. And I don't think it is. I think there's something deeper to Annie Murphy, and we see that in this show. It's so cool. Like the concept for the show is really unique and fun. So it's about kind of a typical sitcom household. It's like the bumbling fat guy who life always goes his way and everything is great for him, and his poor put upon wife, like he's always doing schemes and doing crazy things in the neighborhood, and she's just kind of like left to pick it all up after him. So every single scene with Kevin in it, her husband, you are presented with like the sitcom vibe. So everything is like bright colors, filmed in sitcom style. There's a laugh track. Everyone's standing like shoulder to shoulder, 3/4 to the camera, in sitcom fashion. And then whenever he leaves the room, it immediately shifts to like a drama TV. So there's like no more laugh track. It's just like the standard AMC style drama. And it's so gritty and good. And it just is a really, I love when TV plays with production value like that. You don't get to see a lot of stuff like that. Like I can't think of anything in recent memory that does it to this level, because it is so like instant and recognizable, the different styles that it's filmed in. It's a really fun show artistically, and also the plot is very good too.
Is it a hard shift? Like,
yes,
literally, like he leaves and it just like swaps, or does it like fade? So like,
no,
do
it
the
is
colors
a.
go, or
it's
just
a
like
full,
instantly.
It's like a camera cut. Yeah.
Okay.
So like he'll walk out the door. The second the door swings shut, it's a camera cut, and then we're still in the same room, but now the lighting is just realistic. It's like Breaking Bad now.
Yeah. Okay.
So the plot of it actually is she's so tired of her life that she knows she can't divorce him because of just like circumstances. So she's like, what if he just died? So she's trying to kill him. And then the show kind of shifts and the plot goes in a different way, and the ending of it, the resolution, has the most incredible payoff. Like it is how I think anybody would have ended the show. And I think it is done cinematically perfect. It is so good. I was happy about it. It's only 2 seasons. I think a total of like 16 episodes. It's absolutely watchable.
Yeah, not a lot. Okay.
And that's exactly how many episodes it needed. It got in, it told its story, it knew what it was doing, and then it got out.
Perfect. Well, then I love it.
Yeah.
Just give me the thing.
It was fantastic. And I did not feel like a second of my time was wasted. There's like so many different characters that come in and do their own thing, and to see their personalities shift and the way that they carry themselves shifts too, between, like the sitcom version and then the gritty drama version. It's a fascinating way to look at it. Because I always think, I've talked about this before on the show, I always think about like, I can't watch a TV show or a movie and just watch it for the story. I'm always like in production land in my head. Like, how did they do the colors in this? How did they choose that mug to go with? Like, where's the camera at? Where is the set full? Is it closed off? Like, is there a ceiling in here?
Yeah.
I'm constantly thinking about that shit. And this show like really tickled that part of my brain. So if you're like me and you can't just let a plot be a plot, I think this is something that's going to give your brain extra stuff to chew on.
I'll have to make us watch that one then.
Yeah, I think you would like it, honestly. It's really good. And the fact that it is pretty short and easily just, you could sit and watch 3 or 4 episodes in a row.
So are they 20 minutes or 40 minutes?
No, they are full like AMC 45-minute episodes. Yeah, so they're bigger episodes.
I've watched Outlander for day sessions at a time.
There you go.
And I don't mean like a little bit in a day, like 8 to 8, all Outlander all day, like if it's good enough, it can happen.
I think you can finish the show in like a week or 2.
I'll have to put it on there. I guess we'll just stick with the Netflix bit. I'll tell you about, so did I tell you that I watched Arcane?
Oh, yeah.
And like finished it?
Is it worth me picking back up?
I don't know.
Okay.
Because the world has it like through the roof up here, and I have it about here. I'm
seeing so much fan art and like so much love for all the characters, and they're like bit characters and I don't really know their names.
And see, here's the thing. I don't like anybody in the whole show.
Yeah.
I don't like a single fucking person in the whole show.
Yeah, I didn't feel
like
any like
anybody
attachment to the characters when I was watching. Maybe I forget her name now. Violet?
So the red-haired girl.
Yeah. I felt some affinity for her, but then like the story got weird and I was like, I don't know.
The only person that I really like died in the beginning. Like, their dad, that's who I liked.
Really?
That's who I liked. Yeah.
I don't remember him.
Are we going to go? Yeah, because he was in like the first 2 episodes.
Okay.
But do you want spoilers then?
Yeah, sure.
Very,
I mean,
very
I'm
brief ones.
Don't
He's
think I'll
not
watch
dead,
it.
so he
Okay.
comes back, and then he dies again,
Cool.
and then he comes back and dies again.
What
like,
the fuck?
I was like, he's my favorite dude. You're just fucking with this guy, you know? He was like the only one that I think had like his stance. Everyone else is a little wishy-washy.
Okay.
But you could argue, well, that's people. You know, a lot of people get wishy-washy. You know,
Yeah.
Circumstances change, so this becomes a thing. Then one of the only people that I started liking, I only started liking like right at the end, and then it ended. So I was like, well, now I don't get time to like you more. You know?
Yeah. All right.
I'm ready to love you so much more, but it's over.
I think that people who have an inherent love for these characters, like a pre-existing love, I think they're probably liking the show way more than you and I.
Yes. And most of the people that I know that are super loving it loved the game already.
Yeah.
So they just like already know these people. So if an Overwatch show came out, you and I would probably like it
I'd go feral.
more than a random person.
Yeah.
So I understand that, you know?
Yeah.
But I will say, as a animation thing, oh, it's unfucking touchable. Dude,
Yeah.
the ending was so beautiful, I cried. I didn't care about the people, just the artistry was so good. I was like, this is so beautiful. I cried. It was just beautiful to look at.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
Didn't
like
care about what happened, though.
That's the only reason I want to get back into it, is because artistically it was a really beautiful show, and I just like to look at it.
It is very beautiful. And then
So-
there are some people that you'll like throughout season 2.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
But
if the
they are
animation just
such
keeps on.
minor bits, though.
Yeah. If the animation just keeps improving through the run of the show, I think I'll probably jump back in, because they're pushing the envelope of animation with some of the shit they
The
do.
Ending. Just wait till you see the ending. I'm just like, bro, somebody dreamed that up. Somebody could see that in their mind's eye to put that in the world. That's beautiful. That's fucking gorgeous. So I did finish that. It's whatever. Honestly, I'd give the show like a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
It was fine. It was fine. I would never watch it again. But there's another show that we've been watching. I would recommend this. We are only like 4 episodes in. I can't say it's like the greatest thing ever. It's really smart so far, and I'm digging it.
Okay.
It is called Crapopolis.
Okay. I've never heard of this.
Neither have I, and there's fucking 3 seasons of this show.
What the hell?
What the fuck? So it's made by Dan Harmon, who was one of the Rick and Morty dudes.
Yeah.
But it's not the guy that got in trouble from Rick and Morty, so it's okay.
Good.
Yeah. It's set in like ancient Greece, so I was already like, oh, okay. And it's about the guy who wants to create the first like civilization. Like everyone's pretty wild and stuff, and he wants to make cities and stuff. So he's trying to do this.
Maybe I'll check it
So,
out. Crapopolis.
Crapopolis. That's a little bit of brightness.
We all need a little bit of brightness.
Yeah. So nothing else on Netflix for me. But I definitely want to check out that documentary, like, real bad.
Yeah.
I want to see that real bad. Again, that was, by now, The Shopping Conspiracy.
Yeah. If y'all
Look
have
it up
any
on your local
recommendations
Netflix.
for documentaries, Robert and I are both in the market for them, so hit us up.
There's people at work that talk about one, like, every time I go in. And I'm just like, but why aren't you watching something else? Because I feel like most of them are either sad or just they're all just sad for the most part.
Yeah. Oh, there's a really good documentary that I think you'll like. God, I have to look up the name of this thing right now.
I want to
Long
laugh.
Shot.
I want to feel hope. Long Shot?
Yes, Long Shot. It is very short and very good. It's incredible. The story is a true crime documentary, but it's about proving that the guy wasn't the murderer. He's like not able to have committed the murder because he was elsewhere and has to prove that. And the way that they do it is so interesting. And that is on Netflix. So The Long Shot. It is. Let me see how long it is. It's short. It's 40 minutes.
Okay, yeah. So this one from 2017. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I will check that. I mean, that's like a good little bedtime thing right there.
Yeah, you're going to get a big kick out of that.
Okay. I'm not going to read anything that this page says. I'm clicking away from it. Okay. Just looking at caffeine-free Dr. Pepper that I have no idea where to get it. So with that, want to go find this documentary, check out a good book maybe?
I want to go find a caffeine-free beverage.
Let's do that.
If you loved this episode, please tell a friend about the good YMBToAP because the word of mouth is the only way we get us into new ears. Ears of your friends, ears of your family, ears of people that are like-minded fellows. We release weekly every single Monday, each and every one, even if it's a weird Monday or a sad Monday, if a holiday Monday, if it's a great Monday, we're there for you. If you want to talk to us, of course, you can catch us over on Discord. The link to our very secret server lives publicly in the show notes. Please have a click, have a look around. I think it's a good time. And of course, thank you so much to our listeners for supporting us. We love you so very, very much.
Our theme song is The Grim Reaper Blows the Horn by Faraj. Please check him out on YouTube. And as always, thanks for listening and tune in next time to get the answer to that burning question. What caffeine-free drink are we gonna be buying?
We had one more important sound we wanted you to hear.
What jimmies are ruffled?
I'm assuming you haven't heard jimmies are ruffled. What does that even mean?
I'm all in a tizzy.